Let's begin with the invocation in English first, and then Aliela, would you share in Russian? Towards the one, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the Spirit of guidance.
Единому совершенству любви, гармонии и красоты, единственно сущему, объединяясь со всеми просветленными душами, которые образуют воплощение Мастера, путеводный дух.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll begin with the elemental breaths, and we will be concentrating on these phrases for each of the elements. And we'll begin with the breath of earth. Oh no, hold on. Apparently I've forgotten how to use my computer this morning. Okay, here we go. We'll begin with the breath of earth, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. We're breathing in Allaha, which is the source of all, and breathing out Ara, connecting with that element of earth. That's the word for earth in Aramaic, and our individual being on this, in this manifestation at this time. So again, breathing in Allaha through the nose and breathing out Ara through the nose. I'll visit the element of water, breathing in Allaha through the nose and breathing out Maya through the mouth, connecting to that element of water, the flowing of life, the fluid in our bodies, in our veins, in our blood vessels, all the ways that water can come alive in our bodies, and recognizing that element all around us. Breathing in through the nose, Allaha, breathing out through the mouth, Maya. And we'll visit the element of fire, breathing in Allaha through the mouth and breathing out Nura through the nose. Connecting to that element of fire and light, intelligence. Feeling the warmth of the sun, remembering how that feels on our body. Feeling that fire within and the light to help us clarify. Again, breathing in Alaha through the mouth. Breathing out Nuh-Ra through the nose. And we'll visit the element of air. Breathing in Alaha through the mouth and breathing out Ruha through the mouth. Ruha meaning the holy breath and the air that we're always surrounded by, breathing in and breathing out. The breath of life that connects us all to each other and to the divine. So again, breathing in Alaha through the mouth, breathing out Ruha through the mouth. And then finally, we'll connect with the breath of ether, breathing in Alaha, breathing out Alaha. And this is a subtle breath. It can be through the nose or the mouth or both, whatever feels natural for you, but just settling in, let the breath breathe you, and thanking all of the elements that make up this ether, and that is the spirit within each of them and within each of us. Breathing in Alaha, breathing out Alaha. I put in the chat window an English translation to the Lord's Prayer, the prayer of Jesus, that Sadi Neil Douglas Klotz, one of the many different ways that he's interpreted this prayer in English. And then we'll say together the Aramaic. in the chat window for you now as well. Wunderbashmaya, Nek Kodesh Shemach, Te Malkutach, Nechwe Sabiana Chayakana, Debashmaya Afba'ara, Havlan Lachma Desunkanan Yamana, Washbalkan Chaubain Waktahain, Ayakana Dafkanan Shvokan Lake Kayobain, Wela Tahlan Lanashuna, Ela Patsan Minbisha, Metul de Lachi Malkutach, Wahaila Watashbukta, La Alam Almin, Amen. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, when we were last together, we visited the line Nahwe Sabiana Chaikana Dabashmaya Afbar A. And Sadi was saying how this is kind of the core line of this prayer and sort of a transition between the two halves of the prayers, of this prayer. The first half is focusing more on how the earth came into existence, how we came into existence. The first line, Avun Dabashmaya, we're contemplating creation and our breath coming into existence. And then Nek Kodesh Shamak, and being in the mother's womb and that sacred space. And then the third line, Te Malkotak, really coming more into form and into that personal I can, but also connecting with the divine, all-powerful I can, and again bringing that a little bit more into our physical manifestation. And then Nahwe Sebiana Kaikana, Dabashmaya Afbar A. This is a prayer and an affirmation, and it's really recognizing our own heart's desire and balancing that or connecting that with the ultimate reality, bringing into our heart space the nafsha, which is our manifest existence on this earth, our personality, and with the ruha, which is that divine breath that we visited earlier. And that theme is visited over and over again in a lot of Jesus teachings, and certainly in this core prayer that we're visiting right now, of bringing the nafsha, recognizing that in this individual existence, and the ruha, which is that ultimate reality, the source of everything. So, and I just wanted to share that for me this week, or last couple of weeks, but really over the last week, and visiting this idea of letting the divine desire become my desire, or balancing those two in earth and heaven. We were visiting a few times this week the song, or really a poem from Anaya Khan, that I wanted to share with you, because I feel like it's a beautiful attunement to this particular line. And so it's, let thy wish become my desire, let thy will my deed, let thy word become my speech, and thy love my creed. Let my plant bring forth thy flowers, my fruit thy seed. Let my heart become thy lute, my body thy reed. Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and just move on to the next line, and there will be some time for sharing if there's anyone that wants to share like how the prayers were with you over the last week or so, and any reflections on the practice we do today. But we'll go ahead and attune now to the next line, which is Havlan Lachma Desunkanan Yamana. In the King James Version, this is translated as "Give us this day our daily bread." And So I think I'll go ahead and just read, as we've been doing from Sadi's book, The Revelations of the Aramaic Jesus, which is his latest rendition of speaking of the Aramaic attunement. So for Havlan Lakma Desunkanan Yamana. The second half of the prayer talks about issues in everyday life and resonates with a lesser known creation story in Proverbs 8 and 9. Here, holy wisdom, the partner of the ever-living life, gathers the first creation from many voices, like someone inviting guests to a shared dinner table. Reference to this thread of the ancient creation stories appears throughout the Gospels, so we will return to it. This line of the prayer begins with the word havlan, which through its middle av root connects to avun. Hence, havlan means something like humanly create or give birth to. What we ask for is lachma, not only physical bread, but more broadly, any form of food or nourishment for what we now perceive as body, mind, soul, or spirit. The word desunkanan, not translated in the King James Version, could be rendered needful for. The roots of this word show the image of a nest or of a circle ready to be filled with something. Kun. And this nest or circle is illumined by the moon, sun, whose light reflects symbolically that of the day. We find this portion of reflected daylight mirrored in the next word, the Aramaic yaumana. As in ancient Hebrew and Quranic Arabic, the word for day means an illuminated period rather than necessarily a 24-hour day. Taking the last two words together, the amount of lachma we ask for here is what is needful for those within the illuminated circle of our lives. At this moment, that is, those for whom we are responsible. As we shall see, throughout the Gospels, we find Yeshua using Aramaic words usually translated happiness or joy, which at the same time point to limitation of understanding what is enough rather than offering free rein to acquire as much as possible. One way to hear the line, create the humanly nourishing food for flesh, self, and heart, enough for what our daily needs reveal. And that's create the humanly nourishing food for flesh, self, and heart, enough for what our daily needs reveal. And just to expand a little bit more on that, so this lachma is also related to chokmah, which is translated in the wisdom in the Proverbs, holy wisdom in Proverbs, which he does refer to holy wisdom, but so this lachma, this bread, this daily bread could be really what understanding do we need? What other nourishment do we need in this time period? Not necessarily in this day, but reflecting on what we need in this time. So as we recite this line, we'll focus on what we need in this time period and what is enough. What can we give to others? What nourishment do we need to give to others? Healing, presence, love, connection. This is our daily bread. So for our body prayer, we'll begin by just feeling yourself sitting, whatever you're sitting on right now, whether it's a cushion or the ground, a chair, but just really feeling the places of connection of your body on the surface that you're sitting upon, and feeling the stability of that's holding you, that's representing the earth, and also feeling the stability of the bones and structure of your body, and really sensing that as the nourishment and connection that we can begin to bring what we need into our daily lives. Feel how it's supporting you. And keep this awareness as we repeat the phrase 33 times. Havlan lachma de sunkanan yaumana. 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 Now I'll invite you to continue to feel that support of the earth beneath you. And now bring your palms up, ready to receive the lachma, the bread, what's needed in this time, in this moment, in this period of your life. And so we'll breathe in lachma and then just exhale with a normal breath, but really emphasizing the inhalation, really bringing in what is needed at this time. So we'll just do that silently. But again, breathing in lachma, breathing in the nourishment, and breathing out, and then breathing in lachma. We'll do that for a little while. just about another minute of silence and bringing in this receiving of whatever nourishment, understanding that we need, that you need. I encourage you also to notice this week when you're walking, even just to the car in the grocery store, or if you go for a daily walk, just feeling really how your body, your footsteps are connecting with the earth and receiving that nourishment from Mother Earth as well. So I'm going to pause the recording for a moment because I want to open it up to see if there's anyone that wants to share anything. Okay, so thank you all. I'll close with the prayer Peer by Hazrat Inayat Khan, just attuning to the teacher of Jesus or to whatever illuminated soul comes to mind with this prayer. But inspirer of my mind, consoler of my heart, healer of my spirit, thy presence lifteth me from earth to heaven. Thy words flow as a sacred river. Thy thought riseth as a divine spring. Thy tender feelings waken sympathy in my heart. Beloved teacher, thy very being is forgiveness. The clouds of doubt and fear are scattered by thy piercing glance. All ignorance vanishes in thy illuminating presence. A new hope is born in my heart by breathing thy peaceful atmosphere. O inspiring guide through life's puzzling ways, in thee I feel abundance of blessing. Thank you. And I'll just let you know that, of course, next Sunday we will be doing another attunement to Jesus, and it is also Easter. So we'll be doing, I believe we're going to go through the entire prayer and with singing and some movement, just to do a more full attunement to the entire prayer for Easter Sunday. Same time, 8 a.m. Mountain, same Zoom link. So hopefully we'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahima. Thank you, Rahima. Thank you, everyone. Lovely to see you all.